I wanted to be able to catch everybody up on all of the things that we've done, all of the things we're doing now, and all of the things that we're preparing for in the future. I have like really huge news. There's a whole system here now. It's not just me. I have so much help and support coming in from everywhere, from being able to administrative assistant to be able to answer all of the emails to make sure all of these programs and projects are being executed appropriately. I have a notorious reputation for never responding to emails. That's gone. Everything is being responded to and everything is being worked through professionally. So that's been really fun. That's been a huge relief, and that gives me the time that I need to be able to be able to create this massive project that I want to be able to share with everybody. So it all starts with our virtual catalog. So we have a catalog of programming really this catalog kind of at its core is a distillation of all of my work and potential to increasing access to Indigenous healthcare. It's my best response to all of the top healthcare priorities that we have in my experience over the past 14 years in community. And so a part of this program, we have probably about 50 different sessions that are addressing over 20 different significant Indigenous healthcare priorities, from women's medicine to diabetes, pain management, addictions, mental health, tons of youth programming. We have geriatrics programming to help our aging population age well. We have childcare programming to help with all of the medicines that are required to be able to raise children. We even have palliative care. We have so much help and support out there, and this virtual catalog is a place where you can go to be able to gain an understanding of all of the different Anishinaabe supports that we have. There's so many different plants that are there to help, and I want to be able to share this with as many people as possible. So we have pre-recorded programs, multiple sessions generally for each program to be able to deliver all of the medicinal plant supports that are there. For each presentation, when you email us info@creatorsgarden.net, you're going to get access to the catalog, which gives you a summary of how this virtual programming works, a description for each programming that you're seeking to access, a description for every session, and every single plant species that is discussed in that session is represented in the description alone. Some people have been going through the description and they're gaining a massive understanding of plant medicines, just even from the written catalog. It's been lots of fun, but we have, and this is all absolutely completely ready to go. I have everything all edited. All the links are ready. We have a completely streamlined process where if you want to have access to all of my knowledge, really, all of my knowledge. So every one of these programming they will have, the biggest thing that I want to be able to share is I want everybody to know exactly the disease pathophysiology of diabetes. Where does it come from? And then the medicines. How exactly does that medicine help to support diabetes? So when you have an understanding of where the disease comes from and exactly what that medicine is doing to help, I share all of my stories and experiences over the past 14 years that are experiences of how effective that medicine has been and how it has affected people's lives, the healing that these plants have been responsible for. A lot of the stories that I have, a lot of them are really fun. And so that's kind of the way that the virtual programming works. And if you want to have access to it, you send us an email and we'll send you the catalog. And so you could go through it and you could identify which healthcare priorities that you want to have presented in your community. And so most of the communities that we've done this with, because I've been presenting this virtual catalog for almost 2 years now, people have been accessing pre-recorded content, and most people just purchase all of them and gain access to all of the information that I have for the best medicinal plant supports for every Indigenous healthcare priority that is significant in that community, and that almost ends up being all of them. And so when we're able to get the programs, community will generally live stream them as community-based events. You'll have participants register for every Monday for the month, and so 4 Mondays we cover 4 sessions for diabetes or smoking cessation or childcare or geriatrics care or whatever it ends up being, whatever targeted audience you might have. The pre-recorded content is live streamed to the participants. Every participant, every registrant gets access to the recording itself so that they could catch up or review any of the information that was presented. I try to come in if I know the dates and times. I come in for a live Q&A portion at the end of it. That's been a lot of fun. There's almost never any questions, but we usually get in a really fun discussion and dialogue. I really love that component. So as long as I know the time and date that the presentation is being streamed, I'll come in immediately when it's done for the discussion period. That's been a lot of fun. As a supplement to the online virtual catalog, we have a harvester and distributor, somebody who we know and trust to be able to be engaging in reciprocal relationships with all of the different medicine plants that we talked about. Matt will create little packages of medicine for every participant. So every participant who is engaging in the program, if we're talking about a particular species of tea, every participant will get a little package that contains enough medicine material to be able to make about a gallon of tea. And that gallon of tea is responsible for an incredible amount of support. And just in the past 2 years of communities, using this pre-recorded catalog and accessing Matt as our harvester and creating little packages, the therapy that people get from that 1 gallon of tea, the stories of healing that communities have been coming at me over the past 2 years, this is what happened to the participants of the program. This is what happened with their kidney disease. This is what happened with their nerves. This is what happened with their smoking cessation. It's just been incredibly successful. And so for every program that we have and deliver in this virtual pre-recorded format, as much as supply allows, Matt is providing this to all of the participants. And that experience over the past 2 years has been tremendous. It's almost always unbelievable. I always tell everybody the success of connecting to one or multiple species of plants in the form of just having like a pot of tea in the home has been responsible for such a tremendous amount of healing. It almost doesn't even make sense. It always feels magical. That's kind of like a summary of our virtual catalog. And so if you want to have access to this programming in your community, I would share this, with your community cultural knowledge representatives, with your health care center, with your healthcare providers that you want to be able to have access to learning about a little bit more about Nishnabem. I have everything carefully crafted and curated in the form of a catalog of programming that is addressing every top healthcare priority or concern that we have, and all a really incredible distillation of all of the knowledge that I have on the subject, so that we can learn everything that where the disease comes from, exactly what the medicine is doing, and then drink the tea itself, and heal and have an experience. What that experience does is generate such a massive amount of motivation and inspiration within the individual, so that they know this knowledge is going to be a part of their lives now for the rest of their life. They're never going to stop learning about this, and they're going to always want more and more and more. And when this is placed on the community, my responsibility to do the best that I can with this gift that I've been given. I've been working with multiple friends of mine over the years to be able to teach them about all of these different medicines. And now, they have enough knowledge and experience in working with me that they're able to deliver these kinds of workshops themselves. Matt is in metagamy, I think. Metagamy right now, teaching about, I think, addictions and mental health medicines, where he's actually taking the community out and making some of these things. And so now you have the opportunity for the community to learn about all of the medicines, have an experience with them, and have all of the motivation and inspiration that they need to actually get out to the workshop and be able to do it themselves. And now that knowledge is in-house. And so now, we're in a really good place. One of the other, so we have multiple facilitators that are going all over the province, sharing, holding your hand, taking you out and showing you how to begin and maintain a reciprocal relationship with all of the medicine plants that you have there. But there's another problem that we always come across, and that's access to the plants themselves. I've worked in multiple communities who have huge, very extensive access to land, but no medicine. A lot of communities that I've worked in are so almost ominously sterile, where there's just no plants, there's no medicine. And so over the years, over the past couple of years, I have, one of my friends, Junaid, he's our expert gardener. He's featured on our website. We do lots of work with him, where he spent a lot of time with pollinator plants, and from a pollinator plant perspective, his specialty is growing plants and establishing them throughout Anishinaabe. And so we've kind of shifted from specifically pollinators to specifically medicines, which are still incredible pollinators. But he grows medicines. I don't know, he must be like at 10,000 plants for this year so far. And so his job, and as a part of our programming, is we have a whole team. So this is for the communities who are actually willing to invest into increasing access to Indigenous healthcare in your community, where we come in and we do an assessment. We find all of the medicine plants you have throughout your entire territory. We've done tons of different islands. We've done Henvey and Shishiguaning, and we've been all over the place doing assessments, identifying all of the medicine plants within the area, within your entire territory, cataloging and understanding of it with GPS tracking, the patches of specific species of medicine plants, whether they are a harvestable size, if they're healthy enough of a community to be able to harvest from, or if that plant community needs a particular form of support. And then we create a plan that gives you all of the protocols that you need to be there and support that plant community so that it is harvestable, so that you have all of the knowledge from our virtual programming, you have all of the motivation and inspiration from the medicine packages and the healing experience from the 1 gallon of tea. You have facilitators coming to your community and showing you how to be able to engage in those plants and be there to help and support the plant communities that are there, so that we can get a harvestable size, so that we can begin interacting with it and engaging with it directly. But then there's even a whole other missing component of it, where we run into this point sometimes where the community just doesn't have any medicine at all, where the community is just barren. It's sterile of all significant medicinal species of plants. This happens multiple times. And so that community says, we're going to plant them. And so, that's where they begin to invest in Junaid's process, where he's growing all of these different medicine plants from the seeds that I harvest. When I harvest the medicines, I give him all of the seeds. He grows all of the plants, and then we establish them in community-led events where the community goes out with Junaid. He teaches them how to plant the plants in the ground, learn how to reproduce those plants, how to do seed collection and root cuttings, and to be able to establish and spread those plant communities. But also, what we plant within the community, we have proof of concept. We've done this in multiple communities before, where one of them was right behind the health center. Right behind the health center, we planted 63 different species of plants that were not found throughout their territory. So now they're all growing right behind the health center. So not only does that plant community serve as a teacher, but it also serves as a seed bank, and so a living seed bank, where then the community's responsibility is to be there continuously connecting with that plant, with that medicine, and harvesting the seeds from it, harvesting the root cuttings, or whatever you need to be able to spread that plant throughout the rest of your territory. And so that living seed bank is responsible for sending all of that medicine out throughout the rest of your territory. Now, you want to talk about responsibility and building access to Indigenous healthcare? We have to talk about medicine and the powerful support that it provides for every Indigenous healthcare priority. And in order to do that, we have to have access to the knowledge. That's what I provide in the virtual pre-recorded content in my catalog of programming for every top Indigenous healthcare priority, and an experience for community, so that they're able to connect with it, they're able to taste it, just touch it a little bit in the form of a gallon of tea, and when they're able to have that experience, that creates a tremendous amount of motivation and inspiration in the individual to then be responsible for that plant and to be able to get out into the forest. And we facilitate those programs where we teach them how to be able to engage in those reciprocal relationships, where we're able to see a moment where human health and environmental health are increasing simultaneously, where you're able to see this knowledge in action, being able to raise the potential for life within the community, and then make a plan, have a plan. We get involved with lands and resources departments in every community that we work with, where we do the assessment. We share with them all of the plants that they have, all the plant communities that are there, all the plant communities that need help, and the species that that are missing, a plan to plant all of the species that are missing. And so creating that living seed bank of potential to then be responsible to spread those medicine plants throughout our entire territory. And so you imagine the potential that this, sort of full-scale Creator's Garden program has in being able to increase access to Indigenous healthcare. This is me just doing the best that I can with the gift that I was given, by my mama, and so I'm just doing the best that I can with the knowledge that I have. And so I'm really, really excited this year. We have lots of communities who are already involved in the full process, communities that are purchasing land, and they want to know all the medicines that are there and all the medicines that are not there so that they can put it there and be responsible for this whole process in doing things the right way from the very beginning. And I appreciate so much of the friends and partners that finally put us into a position where we're able to bring the Nishnabem into our communities in its fullest form. So this is the year that we're going to be able to accomplish a lot. And I'm really, really excited to kind of bring everybody along for the ride. I have finished so many of my biggest projects, and I'm ready. This has been just a decade in the making, and to see it all coming to fruition, to have all of our proof of concepts in place, to see the success and effect of everything that we're doing now is a really tremendous feeling. And so I'm just really happy to kind of just give everybody an update on all the things that we've done, all the things that we're doing now, to be able to prepare for all the future events that we have planned. And so I just wanted everybody to know that it's been my job to increase access to Indigenous healthcare, and with the gift that I've been given by my mama, to be doing the best that I can, to having the maximum impact. And this is where I'm at now. Yeah, just kind of wanted to bring everybody back up to speed on everything that we're doing. I'm going to be able to be spending a lot more time on my socials as well. I don't think I've uploaded a YouTube video in like 8 months. So I'm really excited to kind of get back on all of my social, be able to be out and hang out with everybody again. Maybe a couple lives here and there. That's fun. Been sharing a lot on Instagram. I have a lot of fun going out picking medicine, sharing little videos, making medicine. Anyways, yeah. I just kind of wanted to bring everybody back up to speed, and I think that was good. We're good to go. Chumigwech. Bom, peace.